Welcome back to the coffee bar, and we are back with one of our first sipping reviews of the year outside of the show WandaVision. We are going to be talking about Netflix's #1 movie right now. It's called I Care a Lot. And of course, with sipping reviews, we're always sipping on something. Since today is Margarita Monday, we're going to be sipping on not one, but two margaritas at the same time just because it's Margarita Monday. Why not? This is the classic margarita, lemon lime margarita, and this is my little rendition on the strawberry margarita. I added a little bit of different ingredients, including Cold Red Mountain Dew, so I'm calling it the Cold Red Dugarita. So we'll have a video out on that very soon on how to make these. Of course, I always want to show y'all how to make them and do a little flaring in the meantime. Now, I Care a Lot. Crazy movie, crazy movie. I definitely gotta say I definitely enjoyed this movie. The main character, I'm not even gonna call her protagonist because she's definitely not a protagonist in this movie. I don't think there are any protagonists in this movie. Anybody that I would root for anywhere outside of the old people. So basically, I really care. It starts off with Marla Grayson narrating. She's played by Rosamund Pike. And Miss Pike, you've seen her in Gone Girl, and she played Ben Affleck's estranged wife who faked her death and all of this. It was crazy. But she plays this part just as well. She definitely draws you in. She is brave. She stands on what she believes. Her belief system, and she's a little intimidating. If you kind of watch the movie and how she acts toward the elderly and how she acts toward the people who try to actually help them in these cases. So what her deal is she's actually calling herself a predator, and she feels like you either take or you get took, and basically she's taking these elderly people and legally kidnapping them. I don't know if you can legally kidnap people, but this is exactly how you do it. She has a real doctor write these notes, and the notes go to court. They actually supersede having the person there to speak for themselves because they say it's an emergency from the state. And then they go up to these people and they tell them, hey, you need to go ahead and go to the home. It's been ordered by the state. They even have some of the police involved that actually show up, and they go to the homes. And meanwhile, while they're at the home where she tells them it's temporary, she takes their phones so they can't they can't contact the outside world. And then also what she ends up doing is she liquidates all their assets and pays herself, and pays for their their care, but ultimately pays herself in the meantime. It's a crazy little hustle. It definitely has been working for her. And I mean, we start the movie off with one of the sons of one of the victims, and she has basically turned everything around to make it seem like he's not caring for his mom, and that she's the best person to look after his mom. And she keeps him away via court order, and she basically is liquidating her stuff. She's selling off her stuff, and she made even that sound like she was doing a good thing. It's absolutely nuts. So they keep doing this until they run into this cherry. Now, a cherry in their terms is basically, if you've ever heard the word cherry picking, that's basically what they mean. It's easy picking. This lady was supposed to have no family, no friends, and she's just kind of by herself. Now, this lady is played by Diane Weiss. She's a classic actress. If you've ever seen Edward Scissorhands, she's been in there. She's been in a lot of classic movies, and she plays this role really well. They basically have the police outside, like I told y'all before, has the paperwork from the court, and the doctor, of course, signed off on it. She's the one who actually sets everything up. It sets everything in motion. And basically, they take this woman out of her home. They start selling her stuff. They find her lockbox stuff, and she come to find out she has like diamonds in her lockbox and whatnot. Now we end up finding out that she is the mother of Peter Dinklage's character. Yes, Peter Dinklage is in this movie. Mr. Game of Thrones himself is in this movie. And he's pretty stoic in this movie, but you know he plays his role as well, as well as what they've given him, and he loves his mom. And but what they don't know is, he is connected. Let's just put it that way. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, spoil that part for you guys. He's very connected, and he starts to, basically have his men. He sends a lawyer in who's actually played by the guy who played Victor Zsasz in Harley Quinn. It's weird. It's not really weird. He's pretty much still a shark, but he comes in, offers Marla a bunch of money in order to get Peter Dinklage's mom back. She denies it. She's like, that's too low. I feel like if y'all offer me this much, which he offered like $300,000. She's like, I want $5 million. And he basically tells her, this is gonna get bad for you. So it does indeed, skipping ahead, it does start to get bad. Peter Dinklage breaks into the house, attacks Marla's girlfriend, Fran, aka Frankie, which she doesn't really like that name, but they attack her, put her in the house with the gas. They actually kidnap Marla and try to make it seem like she died of drinking and driving. Now, I will say from here going forward, I'm not going to put too much out there. I am going to talk about the end, so if you don't want to know what happens at the end, stop the video right now, go watch it, then come back to me. But I'll tell you this, the character shows a lot of grit in this, because while he's talking to her, trying to negotiate for his mom and these diamonds that were in the lockbox, she basically tells him, I want 10 million. I can be bought off, but I want 10 million. I want to be rich. That's basically her plan, to be above where people can't touch her, so where she can use money as a weapon. That's what her saying. And it's pretty interesting, it's pretty interesting, and I gotta say, she talks like she doesn't care about her life. She's like, if you kill me, you kill me, but you know what? It's gonna be hard to get your mom out, and it's gonna be even harder to find those diamonds, and she set it up that way. But Peter Dinklage doesn't care, so he, like I said, he has her quote unquote killed, or so he thought. She actually breaks out of this car. It runs into the water. She breaks out of this car. She finds her way back. She saves her girlfriend because she's in an apartment full of gas. She turns off the gas, get out just in time before it blows up. And now she goes after Peter Dinklage's character. Now, again, I'm about to tell the end of the movie. Please go back, watch it, and then come back to me. But in any case, they drug Peter Dinklage and they have him put in a hospital as a John Doe, and she ends up being his ward as well. And she's basically like, now you can either give me $10 million or I just keep you here and your mom stays where she's at, and she's gonna die where she's at. Of course, Peter Dinklage loves his mom, and instead of giving her the $10 million, he makes her an offer. He is impressed by her true grit, her sharp, her teeth. He says she's brave. And he basically offers a partnership where they can make the corporation worldwide. Both are wonderful. Now, she takes this offer, and her board from the beginning, where it seemed like it was like maybe 30 to 40 people. I didn't count exactly how many, but it looked like it was like 30 to 40 people she was making money off of. She goes from that to having a huge wall full of people, of course. And she's actually on the news, and they're asking her, her secret, how do you make so much money? And she's just basically saying, I just do my job. I care a lot about people, this, that, and the other. And so she's now got connections, not just like with one doctor or something like that. She's got connections in pharmaceuticals, actual homes. She's got connections everywhere. She's rich. She's basically living her dream at this point. Now, like I said, she is a trash character. I like her characteristics, her drive and everything, but what she's doing is trash. So I'm definitely not rooting for her. And when she lives through the car crash and all that, I'm just like, I guess, she's kind of getting what she deserves. But just when you think it's over, the gentleman from the beginning of the movie that she had, you know, banned from his mom, walks up on her with a gun, pow, right in the heart. And he's, you know, he's arrested or whatnot, but he was just like, my mom died and she was alone, and he's just distraught. So she does shoot her dead in the chest, and you see her just drifting off, and you hear like the news report that she just did kind of playing in the background as she dies. And I gotta say, I don't feel sorry for her because what she was doing was, like I said, absolutely, she was just taking advantage of elderly people, and I like I said, I couldn't get with that as a character. But her characteristics under what she was doing was, I can't deny, she was pretty savage. In any case, the movie itself, what would I give it? I would give the movie, I gotta say, it's 7 cups of coffee out of 10. 7 cups of coffee out of 10. All the characters played their parts. I definitely enjoyed the movie. It was gripping. Even though I didn't enjoy the characters, like I said, there was no real protagonist, if that's what you want to say. Everybody was like hot garbage in here. Even Peter Dinklage, I mean, he was kind of like in the mafia or something like that, like Roman mafia or something like that. So he wasn't just really a good guy either. He was kind of in hiding. So no real good guys in this movie, but like I said, the movie is good. Go check it out. It's #1 on Netflix right now for a reason. I'm sure it'll probably last another week or two on the top 10 before something else Netflix puts out. But guys, y'all go in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Make sure you guys enjoy your margaritas for the day. It's been your favorite bartender, A5 Cup of Coffee. Like, share, subscribe. We're out.